Thank you for joining me for this very special episode of Guarding the Heart. Today I have some special guests with me, Dan and Gini Davidson from Hickory Roots, the band that will be playing at our Fall Festival this Friday, October the 25th. I hope you enjoy my interview with them as well as the music they've come to play for us today.
What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this that calls the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse for my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down. When I was sinking down, sinking down. When I was sinking frown, Christ laid aside his crown for my soul, for my soul. Christ laid aside his crown for my soul. To God and to the Lamb I will sing, I will sing. To God and to the Lamb I will sing. To God and to the Lamb, who is the great I am, while millions join the theme, while millions join the theme, I will sing. And when from death I'm free, I'll sing on, I'll sing on. And when from death I'm free, I'll sing on.
Dan, Gini, welcome, and thank you for being here with us today, for sharing your time and your talent with us. This podcast, Guarding Your Heart, I may have shared with you previously, is about taking care of the inner life, taking care of the heart, because everything we do flows from that. And of course, music can do so much to influence us on the inside. So I wanted to talk to the two of you and just sort of see what kind of insight you had about that, about the way music can affect the heart and as a result affect the world around us.
Yeah, I feel like, thank you for having us on, first of all. And I feel like it's just such an important part of I've been in for the practice of it for so long, now that it's kind of a very dependable thing that you can turn to for your own comfort, and then also, sharing with others as well, and knowing that sometimes the things that you sing or the experience they have has a positive impact on their life.
I do a lot of work with like volunteer work with end of life and that sort of thing, using music. So I'll go into nursing homes, or I'll go sit with someone and play when they're kind of at the end of life on hospice kind of thing. And so I do that just on occasion with, like, when I'm asked to. Sometimes I seek it out. But so I've seen that firsthand when you go and sit with someone in that state. For instance, maybe a year ago, I sat with a lady someone had got in touch with somebody who got in touch with me. And she was at the end stages of brain cancer. And they wanted me to come sit with her, and I played some old hymns and old country songs, and she was just singing along. She was just so happy. And they told me she hasn't been like that. Like, that is not what she's been like lately. She has not been talking. So whatever it is about music, it brings people, like, up out of themselves.
Yeah.
And so, like, playing it, you kind of do that too, but it feels so good to see that in other people and how it helps them.
Right.
So
what do you think it is about music that brings something out? Because I know, like, for myself, certain songs can unlock a memory. Something I'd forgotten about for years and years. And then there's
deep inside.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's an integral part of all the mysteries of the universe, in a way, like mathematics relates so well with music, and
like that sacred geometry kind of.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, hello. This is Cora.
This is Coralie. Yeah. She's also a musician.
Yeah. Runs in the family, huh?
That's right.
So how long have the two of you been playing together?
Gosh, this is embarrassing.
We met in 2008.
2008. So it was 2008 because the very first time that we went, actually the very first time we encountered each other, we were both at the Loft downtown, and we were participating in the open mic night down there. And I was kind of watching her for a little bit, and then she got up. It was her turn to play. And she played the song "Angel from Montgomery" by John Prine. And so I jumped, because back in those open mic days, if you were kind of on the veteran side already, where you'd been to a bunch of them, you kind of took your liberty of going up on stage. So I just jumped up on stage with her, and to her shock, probably.
Who is this guy?
And started playing harmonica, and we sang the song out together. And then after that, we went on a date, and our date was to take our guitars to the Riverwalk and sit and try to write some songs. And we actually wrote 2 songs that day, I think, or something like that. 1 or 2 songs.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I've told y'all before, y'all are one of my favorite bands, not just because of the sound of the music. I mean, Americana music, gospel, bluegrass, all that stuff. I mean, there's lots of those bands. But I love the fact that there's people here locally that write music, because that's what I do. I mean, I've never been that great at playing or singing or anything, but I love writing. And you guys play so many songs, from Patsy Cline to Jefferson Airplane. But then you'll also have all these great songs that you've written. So how much does writing play in what you do? Is it a small part? Is it something that you have explored more? Maybe it's seasonal. What's that?
At this point, it definitely is seasonal. We have, obviously a lot on our plates with kids and that sort of thing. So, the last time that we wrote and recorded, we took a season actually to sit down and write these songs. We said, here's all our things. We gathered the ideas kind of as a group. We would shoot things back and forth, and then we would sit down. This is when we're going to write the song, and so we did that throughout all that season and recorded those. So.
And then she and I were working on some stuff last night, actually.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely seasonal, and it's almost unpredictable sometimes when the season's going to hit.
Right. Yeah. I know from my experience, and I've heard other writers say this, but I'd be interested if you feel the same way. When it comes to writing, there are times where almost you can kind of will a song into existence, but then there's other times where it's almost kind of like it comes from somewhere else. Like you have the privilege of being the person to channel
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
this. Would you say there's something spiritual that happens in the writing process?
I think so. I think so. I mean, you're talking about when you refer to spiritual, you kind of, there's a creator involved there.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so being his children, we also are creators.
Yeah. And of course, I believe that there's music in the heavenly spheres going on all the time that we're able to, occasionally participate in, and and that's part of, at church we say that, like in our Holy Communion we say, that we join with the company of saints in heaven when we worship, and I really think that sometimes when we play, just noodling on the guitar or whatever we're doing, I think there are times where something bigger happens, where we're tapping into something that's already there, that's beyond us, and it's pretty cool.
I like the ether or something. Yeah.
So, what would you say about the communal nature of playing music? Do you just what are your thoughts on what music does in community?
So, as a musician, the communal aspect is real important, because you might hear something that inspires you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also come from a background of choral music, and so that's what I studied in college. That's what I came up doing, and that's really communal. Like you can't have a choir without lots of people.
Sure.
Or I guess sometimes you can have it with like 6 people, and sometimes that happens. But that's a really special thing to get together with, 30, 50, 60 people all singing the same thing at the same time. And that really is special.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about the communal aspect, like with the audience, the people listening? Do you ever feel a deep connection with somebody when you're playing that isn't up on stage with you?
We definitely can feel the energy coming off of the crowd, so the more responsive the crowd is and the more they're giving, the more that it kind of comes through us and it goes back, and it's just so much more fun, and it's easier and better when that's happening.
Oh yeah,
definitely better to sing to people who appear to be enjoying it than to sing to a blank wall.
Yeah.
Sometimes all it takes is those 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
I think the joy maybe is really contagious. If you see people out there that are getting into it, you kind of feed off of that, and then you play, up to that, and then they feed back. I mean, it's a feedback loop. But what I found, in my years ago being in a band, was that the opposite could happen too. If you bring the negative energy up there, if you bring the, you've got something going on, you're angry, you're unsure, whatever might be going on behind the scenes, you bring that up. Sometimes the people listening, I keep wanting to say congregation because I think that's right, but the audience listening, without even realizing it, maybe they can pick up on that energy, and so they're not as much into it. Right. And again, I think maybe that has something to do with just that spiritual connection that happens with music.
Yeah, because we've definitely had experience with the opposite with the negative side of things in the past before.
Because not everyone's going to love you.
Nice. You're not everybody's cup of tea,
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can definitely feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Equally, but on the other side of the spectrum,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Music is a powerful force anyway. But is there anything about gospel music, faith-based music, that holds deeper meaning for you, or has the power to connect with people in a bigger way?
I love hymns.
Yeah.
I love hymns so much, yeah. Just the lyrics of the hymns are just so strong. They're so descriptive and so strong that, like, that would be my go-to, especially of all the faith-based music, so...
And you play at Fort Benning on Sundays, right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And is that at a church, or is it?
Yeah, I play at several chapels. So I'm the pianist and cantor, and at most of them I'm the person. And but I do one that's for everyone, families and whoever they come in. It's at the main post chapel, and then I go to other chapels on post, and there are services for trainees. So it's just the trainees that come in and they file in, and sometimes there's 100. There's one service where there's like 800 of them. It's very large, and so that's its own thing. That's very, very interesting. The energy of like 800 males in one room.
Yeah.
And that's quite a thing. But I usually get somebody coming up afterwards saying, "Thank you for playing. I really enjoyed the music." Even the last few weeks, this guy has come up and said, "Can you tell me the names of those songs?" And then he'll write them down because he wants to go find them. So that's what I've been doing.
Is it mostly hymns that you play there, or do you do a range of?
Some of them, there's a mix of old hymns, and then some of the newer songs.
And I've heard y'all play, a couple gospel songs at Country's Barbecue, and sometimes right after a Willie Nelson song or whatever. But it's that thing again where it's like, I think there's something deep that happens in a person when they hear those familiar songs, and whether they can relate to it because they know what heartbreak feels like, or they can relate to it because they know who Jesus is.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of connection.
Sure.
Well, think about it. You have music at a wedding. You have music at parties. You have music at a funeral. All this music's connected to all these events and these things and these memories that are happening. And so then someone hears the song that reminds them of their wedding, or they play songs at a funeral that remind them of their loved one that passed. Or songs that loved one would have loved, or that sort of thing.
Yeah. Why do you think people want music at all those special events?
I wonder if maybe it's almost like a natural process, almost like if you think about it in terms of frequency and vibration, and then also emotion and what emotions are actually kind of made of in a sense.
Yeah, the music kind of sets a tone for the event. A lot of times I play at a lot of funerals, and a lot of times people choose the music that, oh, Mama loved this song, and she would have loved hearing you play it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
There's the memory and the sentimentality that's attached to it. I think there's also probably just, sometimes you don't know how else to express what's in here except through music.
I think that with examples like you gave, people even with dementia and end of life where everything's just all hazy and cloudy, and all of a sudden they'll just perk right up and remember the song. They can't remember their own children at times, but they can remember a song from 35 years ago or something.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing y'all on Friday. Y'all played last year under a different moniker.
That's right. That's right.
But and we had to explain it. We had a lot of people after y'all played last year. Man, we need to get the Bibb City Ramblers back next year. That was great. We enjoyed that.
Right.
And this year we made the announcement. Hickory Roots Right. Well, why can't we get the same band as last year? This is the same band. We're being your PR arm here.
Well, Bib City Ramblers had, 17 years?
Had a long time.
I think.
Yeah.
17 years. And, you were just we just kind of put that one to bed, and got this one going now. So
yeah,
we enjoy a lot of Bib City Ramblers. Kind of have a little more bluegrass side to it. We enjoy roots music of all different varieties,
Yeah.
and so it kind of gives us the opportunity to play some blues, some country,
right,
some different things,
Yeah, that's right.
And then we added a drummer within the past year or two.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too.
Yeah. We're glad that y'all are going to be here with us, and you'll be bringing a banjo with you, right? And
the great George Miles.
Absolutely, yeah.
Will be with us. Yes, the legendary George Miles. Yes.
He's great.
I tell you what, that guy can pick a banjo like crazy. And Dan Campbell on the fiddle, he's amazing too.
How lucky we are to play with such great musicians.
And I feel like we have the best drummer too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. We've never had a drummer like Joseph. We've never
had a drummer.
But we have a little bit off and on in the past. But I mean, I'm talking about my whole entire musical history.
Okay.
Dan Campbell, the fiddle player, said it best the other day. He said, "I can't believe I'm having to ask you this, Joseph, but can you play a little bit louder?" and
that's not usually a problem.
No, that's not something you ask a drummer.
No, he's a really good musician with a really good ear.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We really are fortunate.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad y'all are coming back to play again this year, and we're looking forward to it. We'll have Bennett's Barbecue food truck out there, and we'll have door prizes and games. It'll be a fun time on Friday, October 26th. Is it the 26th?
Yeah.
I should know.
No, it's
You
the
can edit this
25th.
out
The
if it's not.
25th?
Friday, October 25th.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. It is
Okay.
the 25th. Okay,
Okay.
Friday, October 25th.
That's
Good
right.
job,
In the
Dan.
West parking lot. Yes, thank you for bailing me out there, Dan.
And also, you can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, hickoryroots.com.
Hickory Roots Band.
I already messed it up.
HickoryRootsBand.com.
All right, let's say it together.
There's probably you could put a little finger
3,
across the bottom.
2,
Okay.
1.
HickoryRootsBand.com. Okay.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar. For the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall sing on that beautiful shore the melodious songs of the blessed, and our spirits shall sorrow no more. Not a sigh for the blessing of rest. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. To our bountiful Father above, we will offer our tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that hallow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.